Hello friends, welcome to Abhinav Goswami Law Classes. So friends, in this video, I am going to discuss section 15 of Indian Evidence Act. I have already covered section 14, which is in a way related to section 15. So it becomes a bit necessary that if you have not watched that video, section 14 video, it is quite big. It is around 40 minutes. So what you can do, don't go through the illustrations which I have discussed in that. Just go through the section at least. After that, if you come back to section 15, it will be very easy for you to understand. Okay, because both section 14 and 15 are more or less dealing with the same thing or interrelated things. Okay, so let's start with section 15. So people, if you have your beer act with you, please open it up. Open section 15. I'm going to read from there. Section 15 provides facts bearing on question whether act was accidental or intentional. When there is a question, when there is a question whether an act was accidental or intentional or done with a particular knowledge or intention, the fact that such act formed part of a series of similar occurrences in each of which the person doing the act was concerned is relevant. Okay, so don't get confused. I will explain each and everything to you. See, when I discuss section 14, when we discuss section 14, go back to section 14. What we came to know about facts showing the existence of any state of mind. Okay, it was providing, it was what facts it was making relevant. Facts which is showing the state of mind, which included intention, knowledge, good faith, negligence. So as far as the purview of section 14 was concerned, it was quite broad. So all the facts which in any way, whether by previous conduct or by the statements that this particular person said, or the feelings of ill will or long going rivalry between parties, so all these facts became relevant under section 14 as long as they were hinging upon mental state of the particular person, whether he had intention, knowledge, good faith, negligence or not. Okay, so it was quite broad. Whatever fact was indicating the state of mind of a particular person became relevant under section 14. But section 15 is very specific. It is also dealing with the state of mind. It is trying to make facts relevant which are showing the intention of a particular person, because only then you will be able to demarcate whether a particular act was done accidentally or intentionally, because when you can know the state of mind of a particular person. So what we can do is we can understand section 15 as a specific application of section 40. They are interrelated, but as far as section 15 is concerned, it is very limited in extent, very limited purview. It only provides that in order to know all the facts which indicate whether a particular act was done accidentally or intentionally, the fact that such act formed part of a series of similar occurrences. What is meant by series of similar occurrences? So this term indicate that the previous conduct of this person who has actually done that act, the previous conduct of this person in relation to this fact in issue. For example, if a particular person has been murdered, so the question is whether this offense of death was caused by accident or intentionally. This is the fact in issue. So the previous occurrences where this person, the accused person, had tried to kill this person, try to shoot this person, or try to run down this person, try to stab this person, they are all they are all a series of similar occurrences. Why similar occurrences? Because the aim of all these activities was to kill this person. So this were all these series of similar occurrences. What they are indicating? They are indicating that this person from the very initiation had the intention to kill the person, kill that person. So that's why all these a series of similar occurrences. It is a series, all those previous attempts, similar occurrences. Why? Because they were in order to achieve the same result, the death of that particular person, in each of which the person doing the act was concerned. Okay, so what is meant by this term? In each of which the person doing the act was concerned, it is trying to make that, for example, there were two people, okay, A and B. Both of them wanted to kill C, okay, but it was actually A who killed C. So on this day, he has he has killed C. So before the court of law, the question arises whether this act was done intentionally or by accident. This is the question that is arising before us. So what we will see under section 15, we will see what was the series of similar occurrences. So there were two attempts, three attempts on the life of that person. Two were by this person A and one by the other person B, who also wanted to kill this person C. Okay, so in such circumstances, when the case is going against A, then only those two previous attempts which was done by A against C, they will be relevant as indicating his intention. The acts done by the attempt done by the other person B against C, that will not be relevant. That is meant by in each of which the person doing the act, so the accused person was involved. Only those facts will be relevant. So two things that we need to understand if we want to understand section 15. The first thing is that facts are relevant which are indicating a series of similar occurrences. I already explained what is meant by this. A series of similar occurrences which are related to the actual fact in issue. Okay, similar of its similar nature. Okay, and the second thing is the person who is actually involved in the fact in issue, his previous conduct, his similar occurrences will be relevant, not all. Okay, so with this illustration will further clarify your doubts. Let's come to illustration 1. A. A is accused of burning down his own house in order to obtain money for which it is insured. Okay. So what is the fact in issue? What is happening in this case? What A has done? A has burned down his own house on which he had taken a big insurance. Okay. He's burning it down because he wants the insurance company to pay him. So of the question arises now. The question arises whether he burned his house down either accidentally or intentionally. Because if he did so intentionally, then he will not get any money. But if it was accident, then he will get the money. So the fact in issue is between accident or intention. So what will be the fact that section 15 will make relevant? The fact that A lived in several houses successively, in each of which he insured, in each of which a fire occurred, and after each of which fires are A received payment from a different insurance office, are relevant as standing to show that the fires were not accidental. So what are the facts that are becoming relevant under this illustration? The fact that before coming into this house, he also lived in other houses and he insured all of those houses, and a fire was there in every house. So how many times a no, you can't say that it was a just an accident. How many time a similar thing will happen? You were also there in a previous house, you also insured that, and it was also, but even before that the same thing happened. So there is no a limitation of coincidences. So for that reason, all these facts, what are they are showing? That he has been intentionally burning his houses down so as to obtain insurance money, and as a normal consequence, this house was also burnt intentionally so as to obtain money from the insurance company. So what is this act? This act of burning houses down after getting them insured. What is that act? This is nothing but a series of similar occurrences. Similar fire was there in this case also, in the previous case also, and it is a series that several houses were burned. So series of similar occurrences. This is the first requirement satisfied. Second requirement, that in each of the which the person doing that was involved. So all those houses were burned down by or were taken and insured by this person only. So this person who is asking for the money, this person only was involved in all of them. So both of the condition are satisfied. So these facts become relevant under section 15 of Indian Evidence Act. Now come to illustration B. A is employed to receive money from debtors of B. Okay. It is A's duty to make entries in a book showing the amounts received by him. Very simple. E makes an entry showing that on a particular occasion he received less than he really did receive. So what is happening is that is a A is a servant of B. Okay, and what is A's duty? A's duty to receive money from the persons who have taken money, who has borrowed money from B. So what is the duty of A? That A will receive from all those persons who has B's money. So obviously, as part of his duties, he is required to maintain a diary and make all the entries of all the monies which he is receiving. One day an issue arises. What happens that that diary mentions a particular amount of money that he A received from a particular person, but the amount that is written is much less than the amount that this person A has actually received. So what he had done? He had done cheating. So the question arose whether this entry in which less amount was mentioned, whether it was mentioned by accident, because that can also happen that he forgot or something, it was just error, clerical error, or it was done intentionally so as to defraud B. So this is the question. Liability depends on this only. So what will be the fact that will become relevant under section 50? The question is whether this false entry was accidental or intentional. The fact that other entries made by A in the same book are false, and the false entry is in each case in favor of A are relevant. So there are other entries also which are also wrong. Okay, this is what series of similar occurrences, and all those entries which are wrong are always in favor of A. This person who's in favor of A, matlab, it is only mentioning lesser amount. In no clerical error, in no accident, amount which was higher than the amount that was actually received is mentioned. In all of those cases, in all the accidents, it was the lower amount that is mentioned. What is this showing? That these are intentional. They are going in favor of A. So what is that? Series of X, similar X, other entries, other wrongful entries in which A is involved. A is the one who is doing all those entries. So the fact becomes relevant under section 50. Now come to last illustration, illustration C. A is accused of fraudulently delivering to B a counterfeit rupee. Okay. So what is the accusation against A? That A is being accused that he gave, false notes to B. Okay. The question is whether the delivery of the rupee was accidental. This may happen. For example, we also in our day-to-day life, it may happen that we come into possession of some counterfeit rupees, okay, which are not original. So we are not aware of it, and if we pass it on to someone else, we are not committing any offense. So A is being accused that you passed on a counterfeit rupee to B. This is an issue. So in this case, obviously A will take the justification that no, I was not aware, I was innocent, so I gave it like that. So what will be the facts that will become relevant against A? The fact that soon before or soon after the delivery to B, A delivered counterfeit rupees to C, D, and E are relevant as showing that the delivery of B was not accidental. So before delivering that rupee to B, he has also delivered to counterfeit rupees to other people also, and after that also he continued to do so. So how many times you are going to commit an accident? See, so what is it? It is series of similar occurrences. And mind you, why this illustration C is important? Because both illustration and A and B were talking of series of similar occurrences which happened prior to fact in issue. But C, illustration C is the only illustration which is covering the case of both prior to fact in issue, even after that. So don't limit section 15 to only those acts, those series of similar occurrences which happened prior to fact in issue. Even the series of similar occurrences which had happened after the commission of the offense, after the commission of fact in issue, they also become relevant under section 15. As in this case, that both the rupees, the counterfeit rupees that A has delivered to other person before delivering it to B or after delivering it to B, both case in both similar occurrences are becoming relevant under section 15, because both the conditions are satisfied. They are of similar nature, of similar occurrences, and in all of that this person A is involved, so it becomes a relevant fact under section 15 of Indian Evidence Act. So friends, this is what section 15 of Indian Evidence Act provides, a very important section in a way are related to section 14. So friends, please watch full video of section 14. I know it is a very long video. What is the reason? Because there were more than 10 or 12 illustrations. So I did not want to leave out any illustration for the reason that, okay, it is long, we are done. I have explained each and every illustration in that section 14. That is the reason that video became so big. Okay, so please watch that video fully, because it is very important. Only after you understand section 14 you will be able to get a grasp of section 15. So please do that. Okay, until then friends, be happy, be safe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be a part of my Telegram group. What I have done, I have created a Telegram group where I have few students who we discuss topics. I also hold live classes with them. So what you can do, the invitation link to my Telegram group I have pasted in the description to the video. Click on that, be a part of my Telegram group. Then we will discuss some interesting points. Until then, be happy friends, be safe. Bye bye.